In the beginning there was light, then there was a bike. After the bike, there were bike challenges. I went for a hike. Then I saw a bike. I like. Simon says, go on a bike. Psych. I only wear bike. I like bike. G'day people, me and Árni are not the best at stunt cycling, but we're able to learn the history and talk about stunt cycling. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the epic trivia about bikes. And now for the man who all pizzerias fear, Árni.
Red Bull Rampage is a mountain bike competition annually held in Utah, USA. The event is invitation only and you get selected based on skill, experience and reputation. In this competition you try to make it down dangerous mountains and trails while doing tricks at the same time. The trail is a mixture of natural terrain and man-made features. The course has a lot of jumps and drops and is designed to test the rider's skill and creativity. Instead of being judged by time, you get judged by a bunch of factors like style, tricks, airtime and overall performance. Each rider gets 1 or 2 runs down the course. Scores are typically on a scale from 1 to 100. Red Bull Rampage is considered to be one of the most dangerous events in the sport because of the extreme nature of the terrain and the complexity of the stunts performed by the riders, but thankfully they have medical teams. This is a big event that has a large audience who either watch it on TV or actually go there.
And that is not all folks, I think I hear him wanting more.
BMX stands for bicycle motocross and began in early 1970s in the United States when children began racing their bicycles on dirt tracks in Southern California. In the UK there was a BMX craze which took off in around the 80s. In 1980 the first BMX track was founded in the UK. In 1974 George E. Esser founded the National Bicycle League as a non-profit organization. BMX bikes are generally made of chromoly steel or aluminum and they are a lot smaller than other bikes. BMX biking is about doing tricks and is either competitive BMX or freestyle BMX. Freestyle BMX is now one of the staple events at the X Games. Street BMX is about using the city areas for fun and creativity. Riders go through streets, plazas and urban spots using stairs, rails and ledges for tricks. This style focuses on being flexible, creative and seeing places to ride in everyday settings. Dirt tracks and outdoor terrain are key parts of BMX biking. Dirt tracks have jumps and turns where riders can do tricks and keep their speed up. Riding them needs skill and timing. Riders also enjoy riding in natural areas like trails and hillsides.
People, why don't we give Árni a round of applause? And up against him, the pizzeria master Árni, is the myth, the legend of history, Ricky! Now, we've all ridden bikes before in our lives. At least I think. If you haven't then, I don't know, go ride one. Anyways, if you have ridden a bike, then you know how it works. You push yourself to start, then immediately balance and pedal the pedals. But why does the bike move when you pedal the pedals? Well, here's an image to explain it pretty well. The gears are linked together by a chain that can be stretched when you switch to a higher gear. And when the chain stretches, that increases the force needed to move the pedals, and that causes more energy to move to the back wheel, that then moves the bike, that then moves the front wheel. And the same goes when you go to a lower gear, except then the chain loosens a little, and then you have to pedal the pedals more to get the bike moving. And what's that? Is it finished? Bikes are old, as we all know, and they have a long, frivolous, and tame history. But can you guess how old bikes are? I'll give you a second. No, that's not right. Except that you guessed 1817, because the first bike was made in the year 1817, and then I know what you're thinking, that's not that old, but only 2 years after Napoleon lost power for the second time, 1815, was the first bike invented, so yeah, it's older than you'd think. Though I said that the bike is younger than I thought, that doesn't mean it's not old by now. It's 207 years old, so the history of bike is kinda long. So instead of telling the whole history, which would take forever, I'll just pick out bits and pieces that I find interesting or something of that nature. The first period that I want to mention is when the bike was invented. Now, the first bike isn't really a bike, it's more of a thing you sit on while you run. Here's one for example. Now, these were outlawed in a lot of places because it was seen as a hazard. But I mean, you're just gonna take this clown's favorite way of transport away? Disgusting. You should feel bad, you know? You shouldn't even just feel bad, you should The second period I call the goofball period. I mean, look at these goofy bikes. But also, in this period, 1820 to 1850, the first mechanical bike was made, and only 3 years after the goofball period was the first pedal bike made in 1853. The third period I like to call the slow conversion from goofy to more normal looking bikes. This period goes from 1851 to the 1900s, and somewhere in between 1880 and the 1890s were the first chain bikes made, otherwise nothing really happened. The fourth period I call the modernization and popularity spike of bikes. This is just between 1901 and the 2000s, and nothing happens except the bikes look more modern, and the main difference is the quality of the bikes. The fifth and final period is what I call the electronic age. This period is from 2001 to now, this very second. Actually, every second this period lengthens, so I will never be able to explain this period to the fullest. Maybe right now there have been successful tests of nuclear charged e-bikes. Who knows, not you, not me. The most important thing that has happened is so far are the e-bikes, aka the electronic bikes. Anyways, that was the history of bikes by me, the man, the myth. Sorry for that, but we're running out of time. Actually, let me check. Yes, this video is nearly done. So, see you next time on Epic Trivia!
De casă, pe mine tot timpul nu mă las. Mi-e dur de-ai mei copii și de frumoasa mea nevastă. Asta nu-i viață dacă n-ai acasă copii. Alegi toată viața și n-ai cui să-i faci bucurii. Vin acasă cu drag.